everyone. Now I think that I have gone paper bag crazy. Since I made my fall paper bag leaves and my paper bag pumpkins, and I still have lots of paper bags left over and lots of decorating to do for the fall, I thought I want to make something else with these paper bags. And I have an idea for creating some paper bag napkin rings. So that's what we're going to do today and see how that turns out. So let's get started. In today's show, I'll show you how you can dress up your table with a set of elegant fall leaf napkin rings using just a couple of paper bags. For this project, to make 6 napkin rings, you'll need 6 lunch paper bags, 3 empty toilet paper rolls, silver, gold, and colored acrylic paint. I'm using a decorative silvered rope wire, Mod Podge, and the hot glue gun. Okay, so I am going to make my napkin rings in the same sort of theme as my leaves and pumpkins. I actually want to have some smaller fall leaves on the napkin rings. And what I'm going to use for that, the first thing I'm going to do is draw my leaves. I went outside and collected some little fall leaves, little leaves from the tree so that I could trace these. And I think I might maybe do 3 leaves per napkin ring and have it on the ring, something like this maybe. We'll see. I'm going to start by drawing these leaves on the bag, and I only need 6 napkin rings, 3 each. So I am going to again open up the bags so that they're flat and draw the leaves on them. Okay, so let's do that. I'm just going to cut the bottom off. Just cut this down the middle. So I have a whole sheet of paper. So I'm going to do that to each of these. I am using 6 paper bags for this project, 1 for each napkin ring. Okay, so I have 6 bags that I opened up flat. And I'm going to draw 3 leaves on the bag and cut them out. Now I want to use most of this paper for my napkin rings, so I'm just going to draw the leaves on one small part of the bag. So anyway, let me just sort of line these up. I think I'm going to draw the leaf up here on the part where the notch is. So let me just position my leaves. Just trace the little leaves. It's actually hard finding small leaves because I guess all the leaves are falling, but it feels so nice outside. It's so beautiful. It's nice and cool and very sunny. I love this time of the year. Of course, I always get ready for Thanksgiving. That's my holiday because that's when I have everyone over, and I just love Thanksgiving. I love to cook, so I cook all the food for Thanksgiving. I cook for at least 50 people I have over at my home, friends and family. And I do a really nice traditional meal with stuffing and turkey and ham. I also do gumbo, stuffed peppers, and I always make a German chocolate cake. Okay, so I'm going to cut these out right now. And you don't need the stems for this, because I'm going to do this the same way I did my fall leaf garland. I'm going to use the paper wire to attach it. I might have a cool silver wire. I might use that. So for the oval leaf, I'm going to make sure my edges are kind of jagged. So I'm going to just kind of go back and forth to make it kind of like a jagged edge. Give it a more realistic look. See how the edge is a little bit jagged. Okay, so I cut these 3 little leaf shapes out. I have 6 each. And I'm going to set these aside for a second. I also have the rest of this paper bag, which I'm going to use for my napkin rings. So while I still have this, I'm going to cut strips starting from the bottom here. And I want to cut some 1/2-inch strips. But I'm not sure how many I'll need of these, but I'm going to use these as kind of a decorative thing around the napkin rings. Strips. And I'm cutting long strips up until I get to this part where I cut the leaves out. And then I'll just cut strips that are 1/2 the size. I'll cut this part off. Okay, so now I have all my strips cut up, and it's time for me to go back to my leaves here. And what I want to do is paint these leaves. Okay, so I'm using some acrylic paint. I think I'll start with the red. You could use watercolor or any kind of paint you want. Now I'm going to add a little brown to this also. It's actually gold, but that should work. I think I want this leaf to be red. Add a little water to it and just brush it on lightly. This is going to dry a lot lighter, but I'm just painting one side of it. This is a little bit too red. I'm going to add more water. Just to lighten it up. I like that gold in there. I think I'm going to add gold to each of them. This is what these are looking like. A little bit of variation. So this is red and gold. It's got a little bit of a sparkle to it. Okay, so my next leaf, this one here, I think I'm going to paint this more of an orange color. So we'll have some red, and so I'm going to mix orange and gold. And a lot of water. Yeah, like that. see. Now I'm going to paint my oval shaped leaves. I'm going to paint those green. So get some green. And I like how it looks mixed with the gold. So I'm going to do some green mixed with that gold color. Mix that together. So it's kind of a yellow green. And again, I'm going to do this really light so that the paper bag shines through. And a little gold to that so it sparkles a little bit. Okay, these are looking good. Have a little sparkle in them. And I think since these are napkin rings, they'll be on the table. I want them to be a little bit decorative, natural look, but decorative. So I think I'm going to paint the backs of them gold and silver. So the red and yellow ones, I'll paint the back gold, and the green leaf I will paint silver. So I'm just going to turn all the red and gold leaves over. There, got some gold. And just paint the whole back gold. That'll give it a little sparkle when on the napkin ring. I might even paint the edges gold and silver. We'll see how it looks. But I'm going to make this a little more opaque. I think this will be really nice with the red on one side and gold on the other. And I'm going to paint the green one silver. Okay, so I have everything painted. Now what I want to do is shape these. So I stacked my leaves so that I could fold them and create veins in the leaves. So what I'm going to do is I'll take this one first. I'm looking at the original leaf, which have already started to dry up. And I'm just looking at the veins. This one has 3 veins in it. So I'm going to fold this in half to stack right down the middle to the top point. And it has a pretty prominent vein that goes from these 2 points. So I'm going to fold towards the center. And it goes down to the bottom point here. And again, you could just kind of crumple these up a little bit, make it look more like fall. But mainly I want to have those prominent vein lines, something like that. The green leaf has a line down the middle and it's got some lines going out through the sides. So I'm going to fold this. Let's start at the top point. And to do the veins that like go out to the side, it looks like they're going out upward. So I like to do like an accordion fold. You could just sort of fold going upward, back and forth. Doesn't have to be accordion, but I'm just like making some creases that go upward. When you open it up, you get a leaf shape with some veins in it. And I like to also kind of curve the outside of it, give it some shape. Okay. The last one, my red leaf, pretty much has 3 lines, just like the other one. Okay, so from the top point, I'm going to go down to that little cut. These all go down to the bottom point, so the top point to the bottom point. Okay, looks like that. We'll crumple the edges up a little bit. Look how this is starting to curl up. So could do something like that around the edges. And you get a pretty realistic leaf. They even feel the same. Okay, so now I have all my leaves done. Let's start working on the ring part of it. So for that I'm using these toilet paper roll pieces. And what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to cut them in half, and I'll have 6 of them. So let's see. Do one straight cut. So I want to make this look kind of decorative. It's kind of, you know, flimsy and plain this way. So what I'm going to do is use my strips of paper to create sort of a decorative kind of rope look around it. I'm going to start at the top. I want to cover up this edge here first. The top edge. Start by gluing a piece down right here at an angle. Okay. And then I'm going to start rolling this around, twisting it around like a curl. Twist it a little bit. I'll hold that in place, and I'm gonna put some glue probably right below the top edge because I want to kind of cover the top edge. Like this. So I want it to kind of overlap top part of the roll. I'm going to roll it some more. I'm just curling it under. Put a little more hot glue at the top. Okay, now I finished the top part. I'm going to start going around the sides of this. And you want to try not to get too much hot glue on the decorative curling part. So I'm just going to roll some more. That. And start to glue like right underneath there. So I'm going to come down, put some glue right below the last part. See, like that. Down. I want to put it as close as possible so it starts to look like a almost like a rope. So keep doing this until you get to the end, and then take another piece and put it right underneath here. Go. The bottom should look the same as the top, so you want to make sure that the bottom row of the curls are covering up the top edge so they overlap a little bit. So I really like the way this turned out. I was going to paint this silver, but I like this. I like this natural color. They're really solid now. I think I might just put a little Mod Podge on it to waterproof it, but I'm going to keep this color. I still have a lot of these left over, so this was perfect. I'm also going to paint the inside of the rose. Maybe I'll paint that silver or gold. Let's do that right now. Okay, there's some writing in there, so we need to cover that up. And I'm going to try not to get it on the paper at the top. I'll just do a couple of coats on here, but just to make it sparkle a little in the inside. Okay, so I painted the insides of my pieces silver, and now I am going to put a little coating of Mod Podge on the outside of this, just to protect it, since this will be around food. Give it a little waterproofing. I'm just going to paint it real lightly, just to give it a clear coating. You know, I want to make sure I get all of those little hot glue webs off too. So let's see. So I'm just going to go around one little light coat. And this is what it looks like after the coating is dried. Okay, so these look pretty good as napkin rings, even by itself. Look at that. You can make some really nice napkin rings with just toilet paper roll and paper bags. I think I might make some just for every day. But today I'm going to create the fall napkin rings with my leaves. So the next thing I'm going to do is to attach my leaves to a vine to wrap around these little rings. Okay, so let's start off by taking 3 leaves, the red, gold, and green, and my silver wire. And this is a decorative rope wire. I think I'll pull out a piece about 36 inches. Okay, next I'm gonna fold this in half and start twisting this from the bottom. And I'm making this twist about 12 inches long. I'll leave about 5 inches the loop. I'm gonna make one loop that's like an inch and start twisting that to make a stem. Let's do another loop, make another stem, and do my last loop. And also I smashed those little ends in so it's just a straight edge. Like that. Put a little hot glue on the leaf right in the center. Like that. And I'm going to squeeze it, sort of squeeze it together. Okay, so I'm going to have something like that. I'm kind of torn between having the colorful leaves in front, and I also love the silver and gold over this color, over this like natural background. So what I think I'm going to do is alternate. I'll do 3 with these leaves, and the other 3 I'm going to turn the leaves over. So I just had to refold the veins so that they go inward like that on the silver and gold part. And I'm going to do another one just to see what it looks like. Okay, now let's put these on the napkin rings to see what they look like. So let's start with this one. And I'm just going to kind of center this. I'll position it later. I think I might position the leaves maybe sideways. But let's just wrap the silver around the center. We'll just sort of loop this in here. I think I want to make a little bow, maybe. Maybe something like that. Let's see what it looks like on the napkin. Yeah, that's pretty. Something like that. Okay, so let's try the silver and gold and see what that looks like. Instead of doing a bow, I think I might just do a like vine, curly vine. Just curl it around. Something like that. I think that might be better. Well, let's just position these leaves. I love that. So I might just alternate my napkins so that you'll see a little color and then you'll see a little sparkle. I do like the silver and gold. Look at that, very elegant. Okay, so in the next show, if I don't make something else out of paper bags, I will set my table and decorate the rest of the house, the front door, and we'll be done for Thanksgiving. We'll be done for fall. Okay, I'll see you in the next video. Want more detailed instructions on some of these projects? On my Etsy store, for just a few dollars, you can get instant digital downloads of full-color step-by-step instructions with templates for some of your favorite projects. And check out my Amazon page, where you can pick up my Book of Elegant Home Crafts Volume 1, with all your favorite projects together in one big, beautiful, colored, step-by-step instruction book. You can now get separate e-project booklets, and also full-color printed project booklets will be available on Amazon. On my Amazon page, you'll see all my favorite crafting tools and supplies used on this show, and you can add them all to your cart for the one-click, fast and easy shopping and delivery convenience of Amazon. I'll be working every day to make crafting fun and easy for you. Follow me at Your House of Home and Your House of Home TV on all social media for extra home, food, and gardening tips.